Our next speaker is Jessie Steigerwald, founder of LexSeeHer.
Good morning. Good for us for turning out. Give ourselves a big yay. We're not going to stay home on our couch and be afraid, are we? And for those who are not able to be here today because physically they can't do it, like my mom, let's give a big hooray for them. Woo! There's many ways to participate. We all stand on the shoulders of bold women and girls who went before us. Woo! You can meet some of them today in the historic new monument we unveiled 1 year ago right outside the Visitor Center. It is the nation's first monument to recognize women's liberty. Sculptor Meredith Bergman brought more than 20 women across time into life through bronze across more than 300 years of history, including recognizing 12,000 years of women's stories for the women who were indigenous and here before us and displaced by colonizers. It's an incredible work of art. I'm introducing you to 4 of those women briefly because those women, like us, stood and fought for democracy in any way they could. They got off their proverbial couch, or if they couldn't, they found another way. Margaret Tulip was a Black woman who lived here for 70 years in the 1700s. She was taken from her mother when she was 3 weeks old and enslaved. She was property. She ultimately came to Lexington through the family that enslaved her. She was to be free at age 22. We don't know exactly what happened. She eventually was married, she had children, she had grandchildren, but one day the man who enslaved her died and his son claimed Margaret was her property. She was my age, in her 50s. She took him to court and she won her freedom in a jury trial. For her, the question of liberty was personal, as it is for many of us, especially women today. Anna Harrington, represented here today by Amy, Anna Harrington organized the first known Lexington protest against tyranny in 1769, more than 5 years before the famous battle that took place where you're all standing. Anna Harrington was 29 years old, the mother of 5 children. One had already died. She hosted 45, quote, ladies at her home to protest unjust tariffs and the tyranny of a king. Does that sound familiar? At this time, women couldn't vote. They couldn't serve in the military. They couldn't be clergy members. But they found a way to protest and change the course of our lives. Ruth Buckman helped run the tavern there. She took care of men who were injured or died on the green. Abigail Harrington, on the morning of April 19th, woke up her son Jonathan when she heard the alarm. She said, Jonathan, Jonathan, the regulars are out and something must be done. She protected their home, their valuables, their children, much as other women in the community protected the church silver, the valuables, those who were sick or infirm and couldn't hide. Abigail's son, Jonathan, served right here as a teenager. He lived longer than any other man on the green that day. He was asked over and over to tell his story about how he made history, his. And he always started it with his mother, Abigail, who he called a true patriot. These stories were known in Lexington for hundreds of years. In fact, this banner in front of me being held by Katie, who's playing Caroline Wellington today. Caroline Wellington had 3 men in her family fight on the green, 2 grandfathers and a great-grandfather. Caroline, from 1850 until she died in 1912, worked on 2 causes: ending slavery, getting women the right to vote. In 1850, again, women couldn't vote. She used the power of petition, is documented in Mary Keenan's book. Was she successful in getting women the right to vote in 1850? No. In 1887, she made this banner. Hold it up, Katie. Turn it around. On the bottom of the banner, she has Abigail Harrington's revolutionary words. Something must be done. This banner went to Boston in 1887. Did women earn the right to vote? No. In 1912, a younger woman carried the banner to Washington, D.C. in the first Women's March on Washington in 1912. Abigail's words went from where you're standing to the seat of government. And were we successful yet? No. Sadly, Caroline died before the 20th Amendment was passed. The monument includes these women's stories and so many more, and these are the stories that tell about our country, about our history, about what the fight for democracy really looked like. Mothers fought, passed it on to their daughters or their granddaughters. They didn't necessarily live to see that success. And we may not see the reparations necessary for what Trump is totally destroying in our country. We may die first, but we have to fight. These women fought for us, and we must fight for the children here today, for those who are not here at all yet. And we will. This erasure has led us to a country where women continue to earn less than men for equal work, where a president thinks it's okay to harass, grab, insult, and degrade women. Comedian Rosie O'Donnell left the country to escape his persecution. She's not a wimpy woman, but she had enough. His cronies are openly discussing taking away our right to vote. That's why I sound angry today. Literally, they think it's okay to talk about that out loud, like their text groups talking about horrible racism, anti-Semitism out loud. They're not ashamed of how they are behaving. Unelected men scolded military men. I have people in my family of all genders who've served in the military. They sat there and scolded them. These men never served. The president never served. And they want to kick women out and people of color, and they're being successful at it. Worse, the Supreme Court has denied our constitutional and human rights to bodily autonomy by saying that it's okay for some states to deny us health care, including abortion, and now they want to take away contraception. Even as they are openly forcing women to have children, to become mothers, a lifetime commitment. They are forcing that. That is sexual slavery. While they are doing that, they are taking away every week another resource from our money that helps support children and the women who don't have resources to take care of them. They're taking away food subsidies, special education, public education, health care. If you have a child and there's nowhere for your child to be during the day, you can't go to work. You can't earn money. You can't get food to feed your children. There are now plenty of states in this country where it is simply not safe to be a woman or to have children. Women are not at liberty in America. And I am wrapped in the flag today, and I see lots of beautiful flags. It's our country. We decide what happens next. Thank you.